T.O. Blaze.
Hey there, this is T.O. bringing another Kerbal Space Program video. This is another entry in my Laythe Legacies Series. And in today's video, I am setting up what is meant to be an outpost, a station for some engineers to congregate and hang out. I wanted a place away from the main base where I could have a few engineers, maybe a couple extra Kerbonauts, pilots, whatever, and a place to store some spare parts, maybe a Jeep or two, a helicopter, basically anything I would need to load up some engineers and some spare parts and go and repair something, fix something, modify something on the surface of Kerbin, on the surface of Laythe. So here you see I've landed my station vertically, and then I've got a hinge, an alligator hinge there that I can lower it onto its wheelbase, and then the whole thing packs up nicely. I can drive it to a flatter area, which I think I'm going to try to do. I wanted to put this thing close to the lake in the middle of this island that I have here. I've actually got a name for the island that I'm going to shoot a video of sooner than later. But I'm going to try to head down to that flatter area. I might even go over this hill. So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to build up capabilities on Laythe to be able to repair things, modify things, do fun stuff. So that's the goal of this mission. I've got the, what's it called? I've got a large SSTO further across the island that I'll probably come and fly here. And it's got a big old cargo space in the middle, so I can bring it up into orbit, grab large things, bring them down to the surface. So that's going to be really handy if I need to grab a lot of parts. I can load up a whole module or pod of parts and bring them down to the surface. Or if something needs to be repaired and the parts are too heavy in Laythe's gravity, I can load up the vehicle in that SSTO, bring it up into orbit. Just had a spill. And yeah, use the SSTO, bring it into orbit, and do some repairs there. So the station here is meant to do some light repairs, pun intended, things that the gravity will allow me to do. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my hab, a little hitchhiker pod that stores 4 Kerbonauts, and I got the viewing cupola or whatever it's called on the top of that. So 5 Kerbonauts can live on this little station. Got my solar panels here. In a second I'll set up. Here you see I'm just messing with the dampening, trying to get that wobble to stop. Was tempted to detach that living quarter altogether in the design of this thing, but I kept it, as you can see, in one piece. So there's a little bit of vehicle wobble, but nothing too bad. So I'll go ahead and deploy my solar panels, and then let's see about getting some engineers onto the station. I'm tempted to build a whole new vehicle back at the KSC, load it up with engineers, and fly it over to Laythe. I don't know. I may still do that. We'll see. I'm not quite sure how long this series is going to last, because I'm running into some issues. And you'll see a few in this video, actually. So here you see I'm going to utilize some older vehicles that I'd parked here for, that they've been parked here a while, actually. Here's a couple rovers I'd put together. Here's one of the issues I'm talking about. I can't climb off of the ladder and actually get on top of the vehicle. Thankfully, for whatever reason, moving over to the driver's side allowed me to climb on top. But I'm finding lots of little glitches and issues with vehicles all over Laythe in this campaign. So I'm thinking the campaign's got too many vehicles, too many parts. It's too big. It's probably about time to retire this campaign, to be honest. So there you see I'm cannibalizing some parts on another rover. The rover is glitched, so I can't use it as its intended function. The alligator hinges detach themselves from the docking port, so I cannibalized a couple solar panels. I think maybe 3 solar panels in total. And I'm going to bring them over here to my little airport. And if you remember in the last video, I set this little area up so that these vehicles aren't loaded in the same... their physics aren't loaded when I'm at the base, because too many vehicles all loaded together creates havoc with the game's performance. So I'm going to go ahead. I just added a solar panel to this jet here, one of my favorite jets on Laythe. And here's another glitch. I'm having trouble climbing up on top of the wing. So thankfully I have an engineer, Milford, and she was able to manipulate that ladder, and finally I was able to climb up. So there you can see my electric charge was all the way at 0. Milford installed the panel, extended it. Now I've got electric charge. That was just an oversight when I designed this jet. It didn't have a solar panel, so I flew it all the way to the lathe with a vehicle that had solar panels, obviously, but once it touched down on the surface, no power. So there you see I'm flying it over to the engineering station. So now I've got an engineer at the station, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and try to land this thing. This was all in one take, actually. This plane is really a lot of fun to fly. Pretty well maneuverable. Takes off at a relatively low speed. Wasn't very wobbly on touchdown, so I'll go ahead and put Milford in her new home for a while and make sure I extend my solar panel so that my jet doesn't lose power while it's sitting there. And yep, so now's the next phase or the last phase, I should say, of this little setup. I want to bring this truck that's mounted under this SSTO to the engineering station. So the fuel truck that I was just using to refuel this SSTO, it's all broken now. When I loaded the vehicle, the Kraken attacked, the vehicle started wobbling, and half of the tires, at least on that refueling truck, are broken now. So it might be stranded there. The whole purpose of that refueling truck was to be portable, and now it's not portable because all the wheels are broken. But I'm going to bring this truck to the engineering station, try to land. I remember this SSTO giving me trouble the last time I tried using it, so not hopeful. I'm hopeful, but not expecting this to land correctly, but it landed. So I'm trying to brake and going to detach this rover. We're getting to the end of the video. I'm trying to get better at not rushing my words when I get to the end of the video. But here you see I'm messing with the hinges, trying to get it so that the truck doesn't clip through the SSTO, so that when I detach it, it doesn't collide and explode, basically. So I'm realizing at this point that one of the wheels on the truck is broken, so it's stranded. So I'm going to need another mission to come and repair it with some repair kits. So hope you guys are enjoying this series. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in a video real soon.